Alright, so today I'm on my way to get my 5th suit tailored. This is one of my most casual yet one of my most classic suit that I can think of. So I thought, why shouldn't I bring you along? Why don't I bring you along and show the whole process, share the whole process of how I get my suits made. What are the few things you should keep in mind when you're trying to tailor your first suit, or what are the few things you should keep in mind when you're trying to find the perfect fabric and all that good things. So we'll go to the mall, we'll go to the tailored shop, we'll find some fabrics, we'll talk about the detailed thing you should keep in mind when you're trying to find the perfect fabric, and yes, of course, the suit. What should you keep in mind when you're trying to get the first suit altered or the first suit tailored, or if it's a 5th suit, you want to be a bit more experimental, you want to be a bit more classy and stylish with your suits. What are the few things you should always keep in mind when you're trying to buy that perfect suit? My name is Mayank Bhattcharya, this is Men's Essentials. Let's roll the intro. Here at the store, we are getting ourselves the suit tailored. So if you are out there in the market trying to get your very first suit, there are 3 colors you should have in mind. One is a navy color. Like I said, navy is versatile. Navy works with any skin complexion. This grey will work with any skin complexion. This will work irrespective of you being 26, you being 18, or you being 46 years old. But since this is my 4th or 5th suit here, so I'll be getting something that I haven't got before. This is a light grey big check pattern. I want to see how would I look in a suit like this. That's the whole reason I'm out here doing this for you, making you see how it is to get yourself a custom tailored suit and what are the things you should keep in mind when you're out there trying to buy yourself a tailored suit. Now there are 3 things you have to keep in mind when you're out there trying to select a suit fabric for yourself. There are different types of fabric you can keep in mind, and the kind of fall that the suit will have will highly depend on the fabric that you select your suit for. Like now,
wool will be the better.
Yeah, like if you are getting something like this is a pure wool fabric, this is a pure wool fabric. The fall of these 2 fabrics will be a whole lot more clean, a whole lot more natural, aesthetic. I mean, than what you would get in a polyviscose or a polyester or a cotton polyester suit. This is a mix of polyester and wool. Therefore, this fabric is a whole lot cheaper compared to these 2 fabrics. This thing costs around 4,500 bucks a meter. I'll need 3.5 meters. So this thing, by the virtue of the fabric itself, will cost me around 15-16 rands. This is 1/3 the price. This is almost the same price as that, because these are pure wool fabrics. 2 fabrics you have to keep in mind. Either we get a pure wool fabric. If you can't afford it, save some money, buy it. Or if you want something in budget, then you can get a polywool mix, because this is still like not that expensive, and it's not that bad when compared to something that's polyviscose or any of that sort for that matter. Now, in case you do plan to buy a pure wool fabric, then there are a few things you have to keep in mind about a pure wool fabric too. Like there are different counts of pure wool fabric that you can find, and that will completely depend on the amount of money you would want to spend or the budget you have for a set piece of suit. I mean, there are fabrics that will cost around 2.5-3 lakh rupees per meter, which will have like 260-270 counts of wool in it, and there are some other affordable options that I saw that you can find for 4,500, 5,000, 2,000 rupees, around 90 counts, 100 counts of pure wool fabric in it. So you have to keep all of these things in mind. See, the whole idea of a suit is to make it versatile and make it last as long as you possibly can. I, for now, cannot spend all that money in buying something that's all that expensive, but I'll try finding something that is in my budget that I know will last me solid 5-6 years, 10 years, however long the fabric can. And then I'll eventually buy that fabric, because these are timeless pieces. So you have to be very sure about your budget, and you have to be very sure about the tailors you choose to get your suit stitched from. This is the fabric we have finalized on. This is a polywool fabric, and yeah, you'll have a lot of customization done to the suit, because I want it to look a bit different than the regular notch lapel. You'll see to it. I'll talk more about it. Stay tuned. Now here's the key thing you have to keep in mind about the sports coat or the suit jacket. When you're planning to get yourself a 2-button suit stitched or a 2-button blazer or sports coat stitched, you're not supposed to wear the 2nd button anyways, right? But the problem is, when you're buying off-the-rack pieces, the suit panels, the front and both the front panels are cut a certain way where you can let the 2nd button hang, and it looks a whole lot nicer than what it would look in a custom tailored suit, because most of the tailors aren't aware of the fact that you aren't going to button this button ever. So this is a very important thing you have to keep in mind. This should have the opening around. So this thing needs to be cut a certain way. If you can, take a few photos of Dick, Scott and all these guys, or go to my Instagram, check out the regular photos that you can, and keep a note in your head about the whole front panel side of the thing, so that this doesn't look like this when you're not buttoning your second piece. So if this is the look you're having on your suit or on your sports coat, you're done. Like, you're ruining your whole damn thing. This is the primary concern that most men have with their sports coat, or most men fuck up with their sports coat or blazer or suit jacket. The second button being wrapped. And yes, one more thing you can keep in mind whenever you're out there trying to get yourself a suit. Either wear a template that they have, like take a ready-made piece off, wear it so that the tailor has an idea of what kind of suit fits you. Most of the tailors do have a template ready for you where you can wear them and show them. Since I have a whole bunch of them, I like to wear mine and I like to show them what I have, what kind of jackets and suits I would want. So it kind of helps them, get better products made. Now the previous sports coat that you saw, that was like half an inch bigger to my size. You may not know it, it may not look like so, but that's how I know my size, that's how I try to learn something or the other with every new suit that I make. So there are a few things you have to keep in mind. The shoulders need to fit you the best way possible. If your shoulders are screwed up, your suit is ruined. Keep these two things in mind. If your suit isn't structured and tailored properly at the shoulders, then you are in trouble with your suit. Alright, so that concludes the very first part of this two-part series. Next week, maybe 14 days from now, when I'll have the suit ready, I'll bring you back along, I'll show you how it fits, I'll show you how it looks, and then we'll talk about all the other things that you can do after you have got your suit tailored, your suit made. I hope you had fun watching this. I hope this was a fun video. I mean, I like shooting outdoors. I like doing this thing because this is a lot more exciting, a lot more fun than just being in this video and doing regular videos. Anyway, I'll go back to work. We have a lot more videos to make. I'll go do that. You don't forget to dress up, stay strong, stay stylish. My name is Mayank Bhattcharya. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you soon in the next one. Cheers.